Hello everyone, my name is Cameron and welcome back to the channel. And it's Royal Rumble season, which means you have tons of predictions and possible returns and all this stuff that people are always hopeful for. And I figured with it being Royal Rumble season and with it being a few weeks away, 17 days away to be exact, I would give you guys who I think who I want as the top 10 kind of people that I want to pop up or would like to see pop up, basically. Some of these I think could easily make it up to the Royal Rumble, but I think that a good amount of them are probably not going to. These are just who I'm hopeful for. Some that a lot of people are hopeful for, and some that aren't. Yep, I'm just doing a 10-man Royal Rumble, as usual, as it was should be. So number 1, Rob Van Dam. Now this is random order. I didn't list any of these guys. These are all random. So Rob Van Dam, with obviously being back in this game, he hasn't been seen, I think, since 2012. I could be a little bit wrong on that. But Rob Van Dam, obviously being in the game, he's talked about how he wants to come back. I think it'd be fantastic if he came back and went into the Men's Royal Rumble as a surprise return, like he did back in 09. I think Rob Van Dam is a very big hopeful on this one. I think he could definitely do some cool stuff, kind of come in, get a few good people out, have a nice rivalry going afterwards. So yeah, next. This is in no particular order, by the way. Obviously, since this is random, I'm just going to say this number when the person comes out. Number 2, Eric Young. I think Eric Young, being the leader of Sanity, has the biggest chance of coming in. Obviously, Killian Dane could also pop up. Alexander Wolf also could. But I think Killian Dane or Eric Young is probably the biggest choice on this one. That he's going to be the biggest one to pop up into the Royal Rumble this year, leading into potentially Sanity, heading into. Obviously, it depends on what happens at Takeover Philly. But I think Eric Young and the rest of Sanity could very well be brought up to the main roster sometime in the next few months, depending on how the match against AOP goes for the championships in Philly. All right, so we gotta wait until the list goes up. I should have shortened the time. So yeah, RVD could have some really good feuds. Obviously, he's a fantastic superstar. If you've ever seen him wrestle, you know exactly how fantastic he is. And I think he could definitely get some good rivalries going with some of the new people. Eric Young, I think, could do fantastic on the main roster with Woken, Matt Hardy, or Bray Wyatt. All right, number 3. Tyler Bate, along with any of the other superstars potentially from the UK Championship tournament, who even Pete Dunne, I have Pete Dunne in this as well. Holy shit, Robin just demolishing people. I have Pete Dunne in this as well. I think he could also very well. Jesus Christ, there's Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate, obviously, we've seen him a bit. He's been on a few things. He's on 205 Live a bit, lost to Enzo. He's popped up on NXT a few times, but I think this would be kind of a cool way to bring them into the actual main roster. Number 4, Cody Rhodes, technically Cody. I think Cody could definitely pop up. I mean, there's the FTRR thing, which stands for Fuck the Royal Rumble, but I feel like anyone from the Bullet Club, from New Japan, or anything like that could definitely pop up. Cody, Young Bucks, Hangman, Marty, you know, Kenny. Kenny's also in this later on. I feel like it could definitely be a cool thing for Cody to come back in the Rumble, especially if possibly there's more of the Bullet Club in there with him. Number 5, Batista. Batista recently talked about how he wants to come back to WWE and do some stuff with that. So I feel like he could be a very big possibility with coming back. He could come in, have his feud with Triple H, have Triple H maybe eliminate him, or have him eliminate Triple H, have it lead to a nice culminating feud at WrestleMania with Batista most likely going over. Of course, Batista's going to be the one going over. I'm not going to say Triple H is going to go over. It'd be Batista. It'd be a fantastic way of bringing him back in with the Rumble. Number 6, Kurt Angle. We've seen Kurt Angle doing a lot of wrestling recently. You know, Survivor Series he wrestled, TLC he wrestled, and I feel like there's a very good chance that he's going to be at the Royal Rumble. He's going to have a match in the Royal Rumble. I don't think he's going to be in for very long. You know, he's management. I don't think he should be in the Rumble for too long. For a bit, get some nice eliminations. But I don't want him to win, obviously. But Kurt Angle could be a very big entrant as well with Batista. Cassius Ohno. Again, with the NXT people, there's always the call-ups that you see randomly at Royal Rumble last year with Ty Dillinger, which was fantastic. I think Cassius Ohno, especially with the tear he's been on recently, along with Aleister Black. Aleister Black could also be a very formidable NXT star coming up. I didn't put him in this, but because I kind of didn't think about it. But basically, Cassius Ohno, I think I put Johnny Gargano in this as well, represents the NXT people. Cassius Ohno could definitely have a nice big showing in the Royal Rumble. Start off fighting with some big men, maybe get called up very shortly after, and come in and go on a tear on whatever brand he goes to. Pete Dunne, again, I talked about with Tyler Bate, UK Championship people could definitely pop up during the Rumble this year. It'd be a good way of bringing them to the main roster, because again, they haven't been seen a lot on the main roster. You know, so I think it'd be a kind of cool thing to see Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, a few other people, because I know there's a lot of them on NXT right now. Is Trent Seven on there? I can't remember, but there's obviously a lot on NXT at the moment that I think could pop up in the Royal Rumble. All right, number 9, damn. Number 9, Kenny Omega. I talked about him earlier when I was talking about Cody. Along with the rest of the Bullet Club, Kenny definitely could pop up. Kenny's probably the one that could pop up the biggest out of all of them. You know, there's the fact that his match with Jericho at Wrestle Kingdom 12 kind of brought the door back in. It opened the door back up for New Japan and WWE to be doing things together as a brand, like branded kind of, you know. So I think Kenny Omega could definitely pop up if WWE gets their heads out of their asses. Jericho could also pop up. I have a nice view with Kenny here, and CM Punk, the one that everyone's hopeful for. The least likely out of all of them, but CM Punk would be fantastic as a pop-up, just to hear Cult of Personality no matter where he pops up. Again, I've talked about this recently. Dolph Ziggler comes in the Royal Rumble as a surprise entrant to Cult of Personality, making everyone think it's CM Punk. A few things later, a few people later, CM Punk actually comes out to Cult of Personality, and Dolph just looks out on scared shitless. It'd be a really cool way for CM Punk to come back. In my opinion, I think it'd be a really cool way for CM Punk to come back, because a lot of people really want him back in WWE. He's recently talked about how he does not plan on coming back, but again, never say never when the WWE is in question. CM Punk could definitely come back. I feel like if they mend the issues in the past and stuff like that, that they could eventually, he could eventually come back, especially in the Royal Rumble. 17 days away, so a little over 2 weeks, but I'm sure that if they do have a plan for CM Punk to come back, they're not going to be talking about it, and they're going to make it seem like he still has issues with WWE, because of course they are. He's looking at it. Because that's what they do, you know. That's just what they do. Guys, with an exclamation point, no less. All right. Alright, and that's gonna do it for this one, because I didn't want to stay in this one for too long. I kind of want to have it be a little bit more of just who I think is gonna pop up in both Rumbles. And we're gonna quickly do surprise entrants, who I think could be some surprise entrants in the Women's Rumble. I'm not gonna do a match for this one, because there's no point. You can't do a Women's Royal Rumble in this for some reason. We will do top 6, I guess. We'll do top 8. We'll do top 8 Battle Royal thing. And yeah, I'll be back when I have the superstars set up, and then when the match starts, I'll show you guys. Okay, everyone. Following up from the first half of this video, we are showing the 6 women, technically 7, that I think are most probable to pop up as in the 30-woman first ever 30-woman Royal Rumble. First off, Trish Stratus, her along with Lita, who is also in this video, helped to pave the way for the ladies of today, for the generation of women that wrestle today. So I highly think that there's a good chance Trish is popping up in this match for many reasons. Oh, sorry, 8 women. So I highly think that Trish is popping up in the Rumble. Actually, 9 women. Continuing on. But yeah, Trish, definitely, I think so. Is this Nikki? This is Nikki's, yeah. This is Nikki's song. Nikki is technically SmackDown Superstar, so a lot of people are like, she's probably gonna end up, you know, announcing her entrance into the Royal Rumble. Anyway, she's still yet to do it.
A 6 superstar battle royal.
Excuse me. She's still yet to enter herself in the Rumble. We haven't seen her since WrestleMania anyway, so there's a very good chance that she's going to be a surprise entrant in the Rumble. Hell, there's a very good chance she's winning the Rumble. No, I'm just kidding. Asuka's most likely going to win this. Next, following off that, we do have Brie Bella. Brie, if you guys have watched Total Divas or keep up to date, is currently working on returning to the ring. So I think there's a very good chance that Brie is going to be another one of the surprise entrants, along with her sister, this year into the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. It'd be a fantastic way for Brie to come back. It'd be history making, as a lot of things with her and her sister were. So I think it'd be idea if they had Brie win, or not win, appear in the Rumble. Next, AJ Lee. I know it's a very shitty AJ Lee call. Don't tell me. I already know. AJ Lee. Following on from my first video, where I was talking about CM Punk, or the first part of this video, I was talking about CM Punk possibly being a surprise entrant. AJ Lee, along with him, she was a big pioneer in leading from the Divas to the women's division. So I highly feel like AJ Lee could definitely pop up, especially if CM Punk pops up for the men's. I definitely feel like AJ Lee could pop up for the women's, especially since it'd be kind of a cool thing. She never really burned the bridge with WWE like CM Punk did. Next, Lita. I talked about this during Trish Stratus' entrance. Again, she helped pave the way for a lot of the way the women of today are seen as competitors rather than as models. So I definitely think that Lita could be a huge component in making this a blockbuster match. Especially if Trish is also there with her, having a bit of that feud reignited. I think it'd be an awesome way to have the first ever Women's Rumble play out. Next, I think it's the last one. Pretty sure it's the last one. Finally, Alundra Blaze. I know she's 53, but it'd be a kind of cool thing. It's more of one of those things where it's like, it'd be awesome to see her because she was one of the reasons women's wrestling started to be seen differently, going from the 80s to now. So I definitely think that Alundra popping up would be an awesome thing. It'd be more, it's more of the out there ones, obviously, because Alundra is 53 again, but we've seen people who are up there in age still bring it in the ring. Undertaker, Kane, Vince McMahon, Triple H, they're all kind of getting up there in age, you know, especially Vince McMahon. But yeah, and Shane with that, but still they do fantastic work in the ring, and I think that's awesome. Continuing on to the 3-women, I cannot put into this because I don't have download space for 2 of them, and because one of them is not in the game yet, but she will be on Tuesday. First, Beth Phoenix. She's gonna be here. She's gonna start being back in the WWE bit over the next few weeks anyway. She's gonna be doing commentary on the Mixed Match Challenge. Shut up, you video. On the Mixed Match Challenge with, I think, Corey and Michael are also the commentators for that. I can't remember.
What can our new viewers expect from this woman?
Which I think would be fantastic. Beth coming back for this would be awesome.
Holding 6 of WWE's
Dude,
best. I'd suggest you stay on high alert. Wow, that's
especially with how excited she's been for it, you know. So I definitely think that Beth coming back for this would be a fantastic thing. Secondly, Ronda Rousey, there's been a lot of talks about her coming to WWE. I feel like the Rumble would be a fantastic way for her to the WWE and actually be seen as a women's wrestler. Firstly, you could have her come in and prove what she's worth in a match with a bunch of other fantastic talents. And having her get out would be no small feat. You know, you could have a few people gang up on her, or you could set up a feud between her and Asuka, or anything along those lines. And she's not going to look any weaker because it's going to be a fantastic feat of strength for her just to try to win this match. And even if she doesn't, it's still amazing to see her in the match and pop up and all that. And thirdly, Case Catanzaro. If you don't know who Case Catanzaro is, she's the first woman to conquer American Ninja Warrior. She's fantastic. She's like 5 foot. She's about the same size as Alexa Bliss. And she's fantastic. I watched her on American Ninja Warrior, and then I looked up and found out she was signing a contract, a developmental contract with WWE, and I found out that there's a good chance that she could be coming in during the Rumble probably, which is a lot of people's speculation that she will be here for the Rumble, seeing her pop up, and I think that'd be a kind of cool thing.
And there's the counter.
Obviously, it's 30 women, and there's about 12, I think, somewhere around there. I can't remember exactly how many. There's a pretty good amount between Raw and SmackDown alone, so I think it'd be a kind of high thing for a lot of NXT superstars. Kairi Sane, Ember Moon, Peyton, Billie Kay, Peyton Royce, other ones that I probably don't know. But I think it'd be a fantastic way for a lot of them pop up. It'd be a really cool way to do. Finally, the final thing to talk about in this video, if you guys haven't heard, Paige will most likely be having to retire her in-ring career. She's like 25, which makes it all the more sad. If you guys don't know why, there's videos of it on Facebook, on YouTube. I'm sure there's videos. Basically, she had a house match with Sasha Banks. I'm assuming it was a spot. Paige turned around to taunt. Sasha kicked her, which I don't know if it was set. It looked like it was set up, obviously, with the fact that Paige was taunting. It looked like it was set up as part of the match. A lot of people were speculating that what it was supposed to be. A lot of people were just blaming Sasha. It looks like, in my opinion, the kick was taken bad and she fell and busted her head pretty hard on the mat. Which if you watch the video, I highly suggest you go check it out. It does look like she falls and hurts her head way too, like her head hits the mat a little bit too hard. So I highly suggest you go check out the video, and you guys can let me know what you think of of what you think exactly injured her down in the comments below. But sadly, that means she's most likely missing the Rumble. If she definitely can't, if she's most likely gonna have to retire, which kind of sucks. A lot of people are speculating that she's probably gonna go into a managerial role for Absolution, so she'll be managing over the 2 women she brought in. I can't remember whose names. I can't remember for some reason. But you know, it's sad to see her career have to end. She just came back from a year-long injury, to get injured again at a house show and have to retire most likely. It sucks. I'm a huge fan of Paige. She's been one of my favorite female wrestlers for a while, and so I kind of hate the fact that she has to give up her career this early. Most likely, there's a good chance that she could be able to wrestle again, just not in WWE. It's a lot like the Daniel Bryan situation. But do we want to watch just this? Nah. But that is going to do it for this video, guys. Let me know who you think are going to be surprise entrants in both the men's and the women's Rumble. I will see you all next time. Stay golden. Peace.